We're more invested in wildlife than anyone in the world could say they are, because this is our whole entire life. We don't get rich or retire. We work till we die doing this. We're invested in the animals, we're invested in the land, and we love what we do. There's no other reason. And the more property you put aside that was going to be used for something else, now it's used for conservation. Where's there ever a better story in the world than that?
My favorite part working here is hunting, looking after the animal, and working here in this farm.
We grow up with it. It's part of our culture. And I think it's something to respect, just the way that other people respect other cultures.
As long as there's people willing to dish out dollars for trophies, people will take care of them. Take it away and they're gone.
We've seen that in Kenya, for instance, they stopped all hunting. And now 70% of their wildlife is gone.
Botswana is the next one going. You know, they've closed hunting 4 or 5 years ago. And the word on the ground is they've already lost 30–40% of their wildlife. It's critical for Africa to keep on hunting. You know, that's the only way that there's a market value to something. If there's no value, they're going to disappear from the face of the earth.
I'm a hunter because I believe in the sustainability of wildlife.
People that don't like animals to get shot, what they're basically doing is they're hugging them to death. They love them so much they are killing them by thinking that they give money to governments and the governments will fix it, and it's not the case. Every time they close hunting, we lose on average 15% of that wildlife within a year.
We mustn't underestimate the value that hunting has brought to South Africa's conservation efforts. Hunting was one of the aspects that created a value for these animals.
If we don't hunt, there'd be no value on an animal. And once there's no value, it will be destroyed. Roan antelope was nearly extinct, and was it not for the demand of trophy hunting, most game ranchers wouldn't pick up the breeding of roan antelope.
God gave me the vision. He's got a plan with us to keep the roan antelope in our land, in South Africa, and prevent destroying.
A couple of years ago, animals was only in government hands, and now it's in private hands as well.
In South Africa, 85% of wildlife belongs to private people, private individuals. And obviously they'll look after that. They'll feed them, they'll pump water for them, and there's a value to it.
We definitely need hunters on every game farm to help us to provide more money to look after the animals.
It's more about conservation than it is about anything else. If we lose wildlife populations, obviously we as hunters cannot function. So we need to try and do this sustainably and in balance with nature.
The rush, the thrill of outmaneuvering, outsmarting that animal is a reward on its own.
I think South Africa is the last stand. At least somebody in 1992 had this vision to give ownership to animals. And that is the success story in South Africa.